Hi, Gemini. This is your reading for the week of March 24th. So the first thing that I see is a set of scales, silver scales, ones that you might see normally associated with Libra for weighing out, good and evil or justice, the scales of justice. But this isn't about scales of justice. This is about you looking at these scales, and again, they're pure silver, they're beautiful. And so for me, they stand for truth and for a frequency, a high frequency. So this says to me, you are weighing something, and what you're weighing is the value of different things to you. And because they're silver, and for me related therefore to a high frequency, I feel as though you are doing this at a fairly deep level of consciousness, a fairly deep level of awareness. It's not just, do I like these shoes, or those shoes good for me? It's that you're really looking at things that are very relevant to your well-being and to your spiritual progress. So some of these things are attitudes, and some of these things are behaviors that you're engaged in with other people. And when I say that, I mean more that sense of taking care of other people, being in service to other people instead of to yourself. And that's what I feel like this is really supporting you in doing, is reminding you that first and foremost, you need to be of service to yourself, and that you need to be kind to yourself when you're deciding what's of value to you and what's not of value to you. You're also being said, you know what, sometimes you can be in situations where it looks hopeless. And when you start feeling like it looks hopeless, whatever the situation is, whether it's you directly or whether it's someone else, there's usually also a sense of powerlessness with it. So when that happens, what you need to remind yourself is, don't focus on what the problem is. Focus on solution. Let yourself really focus on the positive that is related to it, because you want to give, there you go, you want to give that energy to the situation, okay? So even if you're looking at it going, oh, it's hopeless, you don't have to pretend, oh, it's going to work out great. You don't want to do that. But what you do want to do is give it positive energy. Say, yes, it's all working out in the best way possible. Okay? And continue to give that frequency of energy, because as this card says, the mind is not only the tool with which we interpret the world around us, it is the great cosmic cookie cutter which manifests our world according to its shape and the ingredients we put into it. Now listen, we all know, I'm not going to swear, but if I were going to swear, I might use a word that starts with S and say it is that particular kind of show right now. And it's so important when we're looking at these things around us. And, Gemini, you are an air sign. You are inclined to pick things up, and also not always be aware that you're picking them up, not always being aware that you are being affected by them. And it's so very, very important for us all at this point in time, because the earth is going through such an energetic transition, and because it's being played out in all of these catalytic situations which look hopeless, which look shameful, which look overwhelming in the negativity associated with them, and are creating all sorts of conflicts. It's so important, Gemini, for you guys to really focus not on what's wrong, but to focus on what's right, to focus on every positive yes that you can, and to remind yourself, whatever situation is going on, whether it's global or whether it's personal, you have the ability to raise your consciousness to that level of saying, I am going to choose to focus spiritually on things that make me feel good. I will take action if and when I can. But if nothing else, and here we go, if nothing else, what I can do is I can remember to put myself into a state of experiencing love within myself. And I can trust, and this is important for all of us right now, to understand and to trust that we are part of an energetic grid. We don't want to get pulled into the negative. We don't want to get pulled into, as my mother would say, we don't want to get down into the mud with them, right? And it's not about better or worse. It's about this is what we're here for. Those of us who are growing in consciousness and really working towards service, this is our job right now, is to maintain a high enough energy, a high enough frequency that we become part of the positive catalyst and moving this through in a way that just getting down and fighting with them won't, or being depressed by it won't help, okay? And again, experiment with ways to do that for yourself, Gemini. You are very creative. It might mean spending a lot more time on a hobby that you love. It might mean spending more time with your cat. It might mean clearing out situations in your life that are no longer serving you, that are making you feel hopeless because it's never ending. That's your choice, my loves. Okay? So listen, that's it for you, Gemini. I'm going to leave it there. This is good. This is support. Keep moving. Trust that by continuing to be positive and work with positive energy, whatever the problem is, whether it's personal or global, that is going to assist it to resolve. Be kind to yourself. What are you keeping around in your life or focusing on that is not allowing you to feel well or good? Okay? Take stock. Remember, you've got that scale. You're weighing that scale. Okay? Mwah.